everybody. I hope everyone's doing fine after yesterday's amazing gains. Uh, so, I'm gonna take a look at all of the gems from this coda list, and it's gonna be two separate videos because for some reason my PC just can't have 50 charts open at once. It starts glitching. So we're gonna go through the first 26 now, I guess. Yeah, first 26. Let's get into it. Alright, first off is Rari RGT. So I started doing this yesterday, and as you can see, I initiated this move from here because I thought we would already probably start dropping. By the way, can I just get this? Thank you. My PC is still a little slow. So anyway, as I was saying, this chart looks very, very bullish, and I expected this to start dropping. This would probably around the 24-25 area would be the first place for a potential buy. But if you're in RGT, you should definitely be selling parts of your stash. Like the place to buy was here, right? This was definitely the place to buy. And since then, it just went crazy on almost, yeah, 300%. So anyway, first possible buy here. If that doesn't hold, next possible buy somewhere over here. Let's continue. ARCX. I think ARCX is a buy, honestly. This looks pretty good. One thing I'm concerned about is that it could go a little lower as long as maybe over here or even over here. So I guess you could layer your buys, like buy 1/3 over here, 1/3 over here, and potentially another third, over here. But overall, this looks okay. Like if you want to be in ARCX and you feel bullish about it, I think um, you could buy over here. This looks decent. I'm just gonna start closing these, I guess. I hope it remembers it. We'll see, we'll see. I'm just gonna try it like this. So API 3, man, I looked at this chart for at least 50 to 20 minutes to even make any sense of it. It's weird. Maybe I'm a horrible technical analyst, I don't know. I just couldn't figure this chart out. So anyway, what the plan that I came up with was that after we broke this on this little candle over here, I thought, okay, that means that we have escaped this previous range and we are in a new range. And now what I would like to see is going to the upper boundary of the range, perhaps even retesting this trend line, which is happening right now. There's confluence of resistance, supply, and trend line resistance. Maybe we could bounce off of that to the bottom of that range and start buying under 450. So right now that's the plan. I don't have any alternative plan. If we start breaking out or anything, I might update that. I guess this level is really important, the 570. So I guess if we just skyrocket through that, that would also mean that we reclaim this trend line. Then a retest of the 570 would probably work. So I'm just gonna draw that here as well. Let's say we just go bonkers, right? We're probably gonna stop somewhere over here. Then we're gonna do a quick retest. Wow, my PC is so slow. And then we're gonna go off. Yeah, okay. My PC is way too slow. Let's continue. Index. Okay. Wow. So, with index, just like what was the previous one that had a similar I think that was RGT, wasn't it? Yeah, this kind of play, you know, like an accumulation, breakout, and a revisit. That's kind of what we saw with index. Exact same play. Broke out, retested over here, and went up. And now it's back here. What I would like to see in order for continuation, either you could be buying the support over here, which is pretty good risk, like risk defined play, because you would put your stop loss over here. That's a 20% stop loss, but we're out of that for now. But anyway, here on the lower time frame, we have a trend line, which should be valid. Let's check it. Wow. Okay. And oh, okay, just seeing that we got rejected once again. Okay, well, anyway, that would only be like the first sign of strength. What I would like to see is this demand that now serves as supply. I would like to see the break to the upside and return to it. That would signal a very strong buy to me. But for now, we're probably just gonna be on the sidelines. I'm just gonna try to close these. Like, screw this. We can chart it again. Okay, next up is Maple. Wow. Just wow. This is incredible. I mean, I've been telling you guys to start buying Maple at around this level. I remember that really well because I thought this demand would hold, but we got a deviation underneath, which got immediately reclaimed. But if you bought around 10, man, you're a happy Maple, I guess. Anyway, right now it's just bursting up. I sold pretty much all of my Maple at 33, I believe it was. Yeah, think so. So I missed 30% so far. That's okay, you know, I don't mind. Like, here's the thing. Um, this is what blow-off tops look like, okay? Well, maybe not tops, but blow-offs in general. Like these huge bodied candles on huge volume to the upside, yeah, it looks strong and it makes you want to FOMO and all that, I know. But honestly, who buys this? Who the fuck buys this? Like, imagine. Okay, let me just paint you a picture. Buying this is you're basically saying, or even holding this, just holding this right now without selling anything, you're saying, okay, what I'm willing to do is buying here, and I believe it's a good risk reward for me. I mean, buddy, please, what? Like, let's go through like a super positive scenario. Like what could happen here? Let's say that it would 2x, okay? That would mean it would go here to 80 or something. Can you imagine this going to 80? That would be just absolutely ridiculous. Look at the slope of this thing. It's absolutely parabolic. I mean, if you don't sell at least parts of this, I don't know what to tell you. Probably not gonna make it, bro. Like, you have to be selling these things. Anyway, as for potential buy setups, let's go to the lower time frame. It's really tough to say. Like, it's really, really tough to say. Usually, you would like to try buying previous resistance, which is this entire cluster, right? Like, let's go to the 4 hour. Like, even possibly here, like the previous top, like let's say something along the lines of this. Underneath 25, yeah, I guess 25 is a decent buy. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen with Maple. I don't think it can continue going up much higher before somebody takes hefty profit. And yeah, just don't get burned. Don't get burned. If you manage to make good money on this, as I did, just chillax, you know? You made money, it's awesome. Just try to rotate it into something different. Okay, that's Maple. Now mainframe. Um, right, so we got this supply structure over here. Uh, what I'm waiting for first is to see it break out of it and then a retest. Overall, this is not looking bad. I kinda like it. But in order to get a well risk-defined, structurally valid setup, I really want to see this happen. Buying now would be just buying into resistance and supply. Doesn't make much sense to me. But eventually, if this could break upwards and then return, perhaps even retest this trend line that got deviated a little bit, then yeah, I think it can continue to the upside. So for now, patience. Next up is Enzyme. Oh, whoa, hello. Okay, so with Enzyme, it's very similar. Right now, we're just like going down. In order to see it go bullish, I would like to see this supply broken. Maybe very aggressively, even just this level broken, this 140-ish, and a return to it. But to be on the safe side, uh, you would probably want to see this broken. Now I'm checking this as well. At this level, 146, I guess it's 150. 146 to 150, yeah. So essentially this plan I marked up, that would be a buy. What is this? This is GMX. Okay, so GMX had this entire structure over here, right? That on RB it looked like a triangle that broke down. Uh, that looked really bad, but it immediately got bought back up. So that's very, very bullish. Uh, right now you wouldn't be buying this. This is like buying resistance. Uh, okay, this is the old plan. I marked up this plan when I saw this breakdown, so let's reiterate that. And the new plan is now to see the structure hold and possibly retest the bottom of the structure, buy that, and then we can continue to the upside. So buy would be around 2250. If you can get that, that would be pretty cool. Next, what is this? NFTX. Okay. Uh, right. So we had this supply over here, which served as resistance, right? Then it broke up, couldn't quite hold, immediate V-shaped return. We just broke through it. Now we're testing it again. So essentially, we would like to see something like here happen again, but this time a little differently, where it returns maybe a little slower, and it holds, right? Like this was a valid kind of, well, not valid setup. It's still a V-shaped return, which we don't like. We want to see either a rounded one or a flagging one, you know? We want to see price spend some time above there and not just have one huge pump and then just non-stop plummeting down. We don't want to see only sellers into the level. We want to see some buyers as well. Okay, you could argue, hey, there were some buyers here, but that's nothing. It's probably one order. So yeah, spend some time above, go here, spend some time, return, and then it's a buy. Uh, Besides that, right now we're probably just range bound over here, and we could buy the bottom of the range. So if it returns 150-ish, 155 to 150, that would be a buy as well. And what can happen? We don't know, right? It's either gonna break to the upside or it's gonna break to the downside. We cannot tell. If it breaks to the upside, you buy the retest and off we go. Okay, float. Let's go to the daily first. Cool. So yeah, uh, we're kind of having support here right now, which is nice. And we have this structure, this downtrend. So first what we want to see is this downtrend breaking to the upside, right? Then we want to see this resistance broken and turn support. So the bullish scenario would be, as you can see, going here, probably retesting a little bit, then going upside, breaking this high, that's very important, breaking this high, then returning back and test this as support, and here you can be buying. So for now we don't do anything, we just remain patient. VISR, okay. Wow, it went all the way to 179. Jesus. Yeah, I expected VISR to do something like this and give us another chance to load up at 108. Apparently that's not the plan. And right now, let's make this longer. So let's reiterate that plan. Uh, right now we hit this resistance. I expect this to go down and possibly retest this. So 140 would be the first buy. If that can't hold, then 125 would be the other buy, because this should now serve as support, right? So yeah, you should be selling parts. I actually sold at 170. I sold 1/3, and I think this looks really, really good. Like once we retest this, we might not. I don't know. I think we're gonna continue to the upside. Next level to break is obviously this one. We'll see what happens, but FA catalyst is really strong, so hopefully it's gonna work well. Anyway, yeah, buys over here, as I said. What's this? Warp Finance. Okay. Well, the thing with Warp was we should have been buying over here, like for as long as this demand structure holds, we should be buying. So right now it's probably nothing, right? It no, I wouldn't be buying. I would be selling if anything. And if you zoom in on the structure here, there is this clear level that serves as like a pivot, very often tested either from above or below. So what I would like to see is a test, like a break to the upside and some kind of flagging return, and then we can continue. Until we see that, either buy here again or wait for this to buy again. Okay. Here we have Rook. So Rook has this important 150 level to break right now. As you can see, it's this pivot tested many times from above and below. First, we need to break that, then we need to break this supply. Once that is cleared, it has room to the upside. But before that, there is a lot to clear. So first buying opportunity would be a break, probably rejected by the supply and returning over here. So that would be the first possible buy at 150, tested from above, okay? That doesn't mean that you buy 150 when it reaches here. That's just buying into resistance. You want to be buying into support. Okay, what is this? Deriva DAO? I don't really know what that is, but doesn't matter. This looks technically pretty okay. Like, for as long as this holds, I think buys are possible. Again, I would probably layer this like into two different buys. One would be this demand zone, the other one would be this support resistance. And of course, invalidation level is once this would break to the downside, right? That would mean that we are back in this range. It might plummet all the way here, then probably retest, and this is where you would get out. But for now, yeah, one buy over here, second buy over here. Looks okay. Stake wise, this is a weird chart. Anyway, if it returns here, this could be a good buy. The right, like the proper buy was here. Unfortunately, I didn't share that soon enough, and I probably didn't even know about Stakewise back then. But yeah, this was a good, really, really, really good buy. And let's just let's just see how that would have worked. Would probably sell over here, 60%. Yeah, that would be nice. But for now, it's at resistance. Buying this would be dumb. Let's just wait for the 9 cents. Unleashed. Yeah, okay. This is a skip. This is an absolute skip. Like, first of all, this needs to be cleared. Like, anything that is so heavily downtrending with the 50 EMA and price is below, it's just a skip. You don't even bother. Like, even if this breaks to the upside, it's probably gonna take a week or two to print a good setup. So we can just skip this one. Same with router protocol. I had a nice pump, cool, but just instantly returned. Nope, this is a skip. X token, first thing that needs to be cleared is this resistance. If by some reason X token manages to do that and go to the upside, ideally going over this high, breaking that, and then returning, then here could be a buy. But unless that happens, this is a skip. CTSI, yeah, I don't really know what the hell this is. I checked the chart on here as well. and this looked kind of okay. Like we had this level over here, and the buy was here. But for now, we're just probably gonna have to wait. There's supply over here. I would wait for it to break at least the 90 cents, you know, something along the lines of this, and then the return. This would be a buy. But for now, we just skip it. Also, what the hell is this? Like, the chart was printing okay, and all of a sudden we have this clusterfuck. I guess they just changed liquidity providers or something. I don't know. It looks terrible. Here we have MINA. MINA has this beautiful trend line here. Just change this to the right color. Okay. And it looks like it's holding. It's also holding on this demand zone, which is this entire cluster. I guess the first one was over here that held and bounced. Now we had a good reaction from here that bounced. So if you want to be on the really, really safe side, you would wait for this little supply over here to break. So something along the lines of this, return back, and then it can go up. Yeah. But even now, like this is valid. This is a retest of a trend line. Still, I would wait for this to happen. But if you want to buy here, it's well risk defined, you know? It's okay. Like, you know that if it goes below this level, you get out. And that's kind of cool because that's not so far. That's like less than 10%. So yeah, you can get in here. This is kind of safe. Well risk defined. DFD is a skip because first it needs to clear this to even think about getting in. And this is gonna be such heavy resistance, man. Like, look at this. Support, 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 breakdown. I cannot see this going up, like, at all. They screwed up. I used to hold a big position of DFD. I'm glad I got out. Yeah, this looks terrible. MTA looks horrible, honestly. Yeah, this looks like trash. First thing that needs to be cleared is this resistance and this supply. Eventually, and and this level as well. Like furthest, is that the right word? I guess furthest level that I would ever buy would be a rejection from this and a return to this. So like 75 cents tested from above, maybe. But right now it just looks terrible and it's gonna take so long to manifest. Opportunity cost is just trash. I wouldn't even watch this. Furo combo looks terrible as well. Still under the 50 EMA, you can just see that this is such a huge relentless downtrend. If anything, like it had a nice attempt here, right? It had a decent attempt of breaking, but as you can see, from the moment it pumped, it was all sellers. All sellers, like absolutely no bounces whatsoever, so no flagging return. This was just a return, okay? And you don't want that. So yeah, this is a skip. IONX looks okay. Like I have a little hate relationship with IONX because I sold it over here and then it pumped 70% and I lost it. But yeah, this is a nice retest. It broke to the upside. This demand held. Now it's retesting on the lower time frame. As long as this holds, then there is a good chance that this might continue. However, it is a reward coin and experience tells us not to mess with these. It's eventually probably gonna go up, but I would say opportunity cost is too big. You can probably spend that money somewhere else. And last one is Tracer. Yeah, I tried to find several charts, and these weird sandwiches or whatever it is, I don't know. It just messes up the chart. But for now, it would be nice to see a return to 15 cents. That's probably not gonna happen. So if we want to see continuation, I think we're gonna eventually see a break to the upside of this level, which is the 40, 42, whatever. Then probably a shallow return to the 0.382 fib. Those are usually the most bullish ones, and then going to the upside. But I really don't know. I'm gonna iterate on that once that happens. For now, let's just observe and do nothing. Okay, that's it for now. Second video soon, and that's gonna be tier 2 gems. So yeah, bye.